Yo, and what is good, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, in today's video, we are going to be going over places that used to be very popular, but nobody goes to anymore. These are places that are basically forgotten. But anyways, before we get right into the video, please consider liking and subscribing if you do like the video, and of course, comment down below, is there any places I forgot about? But anyways, let's get right into the video. I don't want to waste y'all's time. Alrighty, y'all, so we're pulling up to location number one. Location number one is gonna be the farmhouse. Now, the farmhouse has been once one of the most popular owned houses, but since we've gotten the gated communities, the cabins, and then Hortonville, I just feel like nobody has been here no more. Nobody really claims this house anymore. It does have two usable barns, silos, a windmill, and then just tons and tons of farmland and just grassland. And I mean, nobody goes here anymore. I remember when they first released this house, I mean, it was so hard to get this house to claim because everybody was just getting it as soon as a new server was made. And whether somebody would leave the server, somebody would just come and claim it like in a buck too. Like nobody could get a chance to get a hold of this house. But it seems like times have changed. It actually seems like this place has basically been forgotten about. It's kind of crazy to think that a house once so hard to actually get and was very desirable in this game, it just seems to be forgotten. Whoa, my grammar. What? It just seems to be forgotten about. Alrighty, and then our second location is actually right next door. It's gonna be the Visitors Sport Bar and Grill. Well, it used to be Sport Bar and Grill, but they did change the name. Now, this is just another very popular site. At least when I started playing Greenville, I remember it being in the original Greenville, and then it got revamped again in this version of Greenville. But overall, it was one of the top places to have a role play. And in fact, you can go on my old channel, Austin Games, and see that this was used in a lot of live stream role plays because it was so popular. I mean, it gave that very small town Western vibe. You could come in here, sit down, have yourself a burger while watching TV, and it gives the aesthetic of just a coziness feeling, but also gives you the aesthetic that you're in a small town. This is just something you would go to had you been in a small town that just doesn't have that many people. I remember all the time this place would be packed, especially in role play servers that I was in. This place would always be packed, but it seems like since about the time that I can't remember. I feel like since the cabins were built, around that time this place started losing a lot of interest, and then it kind of gained back popularity when the DOT building was added, but then it was quickly forgotten about further. I've never seen anybody here probably in the past like 2 months. I'm going to be completely honest. And I grind almost every single day on this game. So it's like I drive past here quite often and I just don't see anybody here. Kind of sad, but it is a token of Greenville. And I really do hope that maybe more role plays arise at this building. Alrighty, so we are pulling up to the third location. This third location, I think, is called Gary's now. Gary's Collision and Restoration Building. This was originally named, I think it was like originally named Joe's or something like that. I can't remember. But this was a huge part of role plays, especially what I was in. I was in a ton, and I mean a ton of these role plays. They would pull up cars, we would have appointments and stuff like that. I mean, the role plays were real, they were realistic. We had somebody up in the office and at least five guys out back here just taking care of vehicles while customers would go and spawn different vehicles and just come back and do the same thing. And I mean, we could do this for hours. It was crazy. It was a great way to also earn money without thinking about cash because by the end of the role play you were rich. I mean, there's nothing to it. But since about the time that the cabins were built, I feel like after they did move the building, because I believe this building was like far away on that side of the map, if I'm not mistaken. and now it's here. I feel like after the revamp of this building, the update of this building, it got popular again, and then somewhere through the time that we've been playing this game, it just has been forgotten about. Nobody seems to come here anymore. I see less and less ads in public servers to come to this place, and rarely whenever they do those ads in chat, nobody ever comes. And so at some point people get bored because nobody ever comes here again, and they just stop the role plays. That it's one after another. Nobody comes and role plays. But yeah, sad to see. I feel like it does get used a little bit, but nobody really goes here anymore. Alrighty, so now we're coming up to location number 4. Location number 4 is gonna be the apartment complexes. Now, I will say yes, there are some folks that still use this building, but for the most part, I rarely see anybody here when I come and live here. Nobody this I mean, this used to be one of the most popular locations to go to, especially when it was added. And I think the reason why was because of this pool area, not even because there was an apartment complex, but because of the pool area. And I would remember so many car shows would happen here. It was insane. But not only that, the role plays that took place inside the apartments, where everybody would go to the top floor or midsection, they would just role play as if this was like just somewhere they lived. And I mean, it was fun for a while, but then as people just started losing interest in the apartments, it just sort of kind of died. I remember living here, and everybody would leave at the same time to go to work or something, or go to school or something like that. And I mean, it's very, very well furnished. I mean, I would say it's probably one of the best furnished places to live in Greenville, but unfortunately, it just seems to have lost people's interest. I mean, this was huge. God knows how long this took to build. Not only that, this was a construction site before it was officially finished and added to the game, which also made it very, very popular. And I feel like the building itself goes in and out of popularity, because I will still join some servers every now and again, and they will go over here and role play, but probably for like 30 minutes and then it's over with. So I don't know, still a building that gets used, but definitely not as popular as it used to be. Alrighty, so now at our fifth and final location, it's gonna be the Greenville School. Alrighty, now I know what y'all are gonna say. Yes, I understand this building gets used from time to time, but let's be honest, when was the last time you saw a real role play take place and not just somebody in a school bus driving around trying to ram other people? I mean, let's be honest. When was the last time you saw a real role play happen at this school? It's been a while for me. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have not seen a real role play happen or take place here in quite some time. And I'm not saying it's necessarily dead, but I would say that it is pretty dead. Nobody comes here anymore. Nobody's ever utilizing this building. And in fact, most servers that I go into, nobody's even thinking of this building. And when I grind, I take the road that goes right across from this school, and nobody's ever using it. And in fact, this was, I would say, probably the most popular place for the longest time in Greenville out of any other place so far. Now, of course, this building still gets used by certain people that like to role play as students and teachers and stuff like that. But other than that, you just don't see this building getting used. And I mean, this is just a massive building, 2 stories, I believe. I mean, it is crazy detailed, but it's just like nobody comes here to role play. Nobody's thinking of this place as a role play place. I honestly kind of think it sucks that it just isn't as popular as it was when it was added. It kind of sucks in my opinion. It's very detailed building. God knows how long it took to build this and develop it. But yeah, I don't know. Not as popular as it used to be. Kind of sad that it lost the interest of 90% of players. Basically, everybody, that is my 2 cents. That's kind of what I believe to be the most abandoned buildings in Greenville, or I guess you could say the most forgotten buildings in Greenville. Now, if I did leave any buildings out, please let me know and maybe I can make a part two to this Greenville video series, I guess you could say. That's if there is a second episode of this video. We'll kind of see how this video does. But yeah, thank y'all so much for making it this long. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate the I'm sorry. I really do appreciate the support on the channel, dude. Our shorts have been blowing up. I'm trying to get my long form content to blow up, so we'll just kind of see what happens. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all support. If you do want to further support me, please consider liking and subscribing. Go and comment your thoughts down below. And heck, maybe even share and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss another video. Of course, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. I will see you on the next one, and goodbye.